Good morning, students, staff, and parents. My name is Molly Green and I am the Dean of Students here at Brandman University. Many of you have probably heard that we're currently experiencing an outbreak of meningococcal meningitis on our campus, and I'm here today as a result to provide some clarification and reassurance regarding this situation. We don't want anyone to panic, but we do need everyone to be on alert and to exercise some extreme caution until things are under control. There are probably many of you who have never even heard of meningococcal disease, and by the time you leave here today, you'll be able to recognize the most common symptoms in yourselves and anyone else on campus. I'll also be providing some guidance regarding vaccinations and some simple tips for helping to avoid infection altogether. This is a serious concern, but I assure you that with your cooperation, we'll be able to prevent this situation from further escalating. So here's what I can tell you right now. We currently have 5 Brandman students hospitalized with confirmed cases of meningococcal meningitis, which is a form of meningococcal disease. Meningococcal disease typically presents with symptoms very similar to the flu. It becomes meningitis when inflammation resulting from the infection reaches the brain. This is absolutely the most serious stage of the disease, and it can very quickly progress to loss of limb, brain damage, and even death. If you're feeling sick and you're experiencing any symptoms such as high fever, severe headache, stiff neck, confusion, nausea, vomiting, exhaustion, or rash, please see a doctor either on campus or off campus immediately. And when you do, make sure that you tell your doctor that there's been an outbreak of meningococcal disease on your campus. I cannot stress enough how important it is to get prompt treatment. Now, meningococcal disease is a bacterial infection. It can spread through secretions in your mouth and throat, such as saliva. It can be spread by kissing, sneezing, living in very close quarters like dorms, which is why universities are such a frequent source of outbreaks. That said, please take comfort that this bacteria is not spread through casual contact. You are not at risk if you have simply shared a classroom or a bus with an infected person. It'll require more than just breathing the same air to get sick. Meningococcal disease is much harder to spread than the flu or the common cold or many other communicable diseases. And there's some more good news. Meningococcal disease is vaccine preventable. There are 2 different meningococcal bacteria vaccines, and each of them targets a different strain of the bacteria. And the CDC has done some testing, and they've determined that we are experiencing an outbreak of serogroup B, or meningitis B. If you have not been vaccinated against meningitis B, or if you're unsure of your vaccination status, I encourage you to please visit one of the 2 new vaccine clinics we have on our campus right away. There's one located by the library, and there's another one located by the dorms. They will both be open from 7 a.m. until 7 p.m. every single day until further notice. In fact, I received my vaccine this morning on the way here. If you're uncomfortable with vaccines, please allow me to assure you that this vaccine is safe and it's effective. Since we already have a confirmed outbreak on our campus, you are in far more danger if you don't get vaccinated than you are if you do. The vaccine does have some very mild side effects, mostly limited to some soreness or maybe some redness at the injection site, and you might experience some very mild flu-like symptoms that are actually just your immune system doing exactly what it's supposed to do and developing immunity to the bacteria. Meningococcal disease kills 10 to 15% of the people it infects. Do not take that chance. Now, it should be common sense, but right now it is especially important to practice good hygiene. Please make sure you always cough or sneeze into a tissue or just into your sleeve. Wash your hands frequently. Use hand sanitizer when soap and water are not available. And you know, there's hand sanitizers dispensers all over our campus. Avoid drinking from common sources like a punch bowl or a drinking fountain. And please, please, please refrain from sharing water bottles, utensils, smoking paraphernalia, and cosmetics like lip balm. Believe me, chapped lips are absolutely nothing compared to meningitis, and you don't want to take that chance. Infectious disease can be hugely problematic in an academic environment, but that's an advantage here because we're actually well prepared to manage this situation as a result. I promise you that our university is following procedure and taking every step possible to ensure the health and safety of every single person on our campus. We're working closely with the Centers for Disease Control and other local authorities who are experienced in handling this type of outbreak. There are currently similar outbreaks at 3 other universities across the country, so agencies like the CDC have plenty of experience handling this disease, and they know what they're doing. The absolute best way for all of us to stay healthy right now is to get vaccinated and to make sure we see our doctors as soon as possible if we're experiencing any symptoms of sickness. Do not take chances with your health. Don't take chances with the health of your loved ones. We're all going to need to work together to control this outbreak. Thank you very much for your time. Does anyone have any questions?